All right, y'all, I'm back. We got to talk about The Flash. Now, by now you would have seen the movie. If you haven't, the movie is flopping anyway, so spoilers beware. You already know you're not going to see it if you're not seeing it yet. So, DC fans are fake as hell. I just want to say that. DC fans are very fake. But anyways, I support both, so it doesn't matter whether it's Marvel or DC. I'm going to see it. But here's the thing about The Flash that I want to change, because there are a lot of things wrong with DC movies. And I've made a few videos on how the DCEU could have got saved and what the plans could have been and what storylines they could have taken to change the DCEU to be a success. Now, this is exactly what I'm about to do with The Flash. What should they have done to make The Flash a better movie, or at least attract the audience to watch the film? Clearly, Michael Keaton didn't work. So, looking at this, Henry Cavill, instead of only having Supergirl, Henry Cavill should have been alongside, or instead of doing a mission with Batman in the beginning of the movie, he should have did a mission with Superman. As we see, Superman is stopping a volcano. Maybe Flash should have joined Superman instead of Batman. Now, everybody loves Batman, but clearly Ben Affleck, it didn't even work for him either. He didn't even attract audiences. So instead of that, we should have gotten Henry Cavill as Superman. So here's how things should have gone. We're going to do an overview of how the movie went. In the beginning, Flash does a mission with Batman. Later on, he's trying to figure out the murder for his mother. He gets upset and discovers that he can travel back in time. Then he goes back to the present and tells Bruce he could change things. He tries to change things. A future version of him throws him out of the Speed Force into a timeline where Barry is not the Flash yet. He meets himself and tells him everything that's going on. And then he discovers that Bruce Wayne in that timeline is Michael Keaton Batman. Then they discover that this is the day that General Zod comes to Earth to invade. They break out Supergirl. Supergirl helps them. They fight Zod, and apparently they lose, and Primary Barry, the one of the movie, has to accept that this is not going to be changed because they keep losing. Alternate Barry fails to accept that and keeps going back in time to try and fix things, but they just keep losing. Eventually, we bump into futuristic Barry, the one who threw Primary Barry out of the Speed Force into this timeline. Turns out he is an older version of the alternate Barry that kept on going back in time to save that universe from Zod. And he's been doing it for thousands of years. So he reveals himself, tries to kill the main Barry, but the alternate Barry jumps in front of him. He gets killed, and futuristic Barry eliminates. He goes away, and alternate Barry dies. Main Barry goes back to his main timeline, present, and realizes he can't fix things and changes one little thing for his mom to die, but giving more evidence, giving more evidence that his father's innocent. His father gets out of jail with the new evidence, but he finds out that Bruce Wayne is George Clooney Batman, and the movie just ends. Now, I did not like that ending. I think this is one of the major factors of why this movie wasn't going to attract a lot of audiences. I think that DC is trying to be like Spider-Man No Way Home. Honestly, bringing back these older actors. Look, I'm sorry, but Spider-Man No Way Home was a different type of special. Spider-Man No Way Home was a different type of special. So all this bring other actors back, it's not doing it. You can't just keep doing that over and over. I think this is becoming a trend. The more there is of something, the less valuable it becomes. So we're going to do a new version with similar attributes to the original movie of The Flash. So let's go back to the beginning. We don't see Reverse Flash in this movie, which is a big problem. Very stupid not to include Reverse Flash. And I'm going to put Reverse Flash into this alternate version of the movie that I am making up that would have been much more suitable to attract audiences. So, in the beginning, the Flash does a mission with the Batman. Instead of doing a mission with the Batman, he should have done it with Superman. Or he should have been helping Batman and Superman, Henry Cavill's Superman, at the same time because he's fast. So we could have got the best of both worlds. So he should have helped Superman stopping that volcano, helping out civilians around the area, and we could have got more Henry Cavill as Superman because a lot of people are pissed off that Henry Cavill was fired. So we should have got more Superman. So after the mission, he finds out he can just go back in time and fix things. One thing about that, I would have things play out the same, pretty much the same, but I would have little hints at Reverse Flash throughout the story. So the main villains are still going to be General Zod and Futuristic Barry. And we're going to follow through the story. And I would really cut out the jokes because I think Ezra Miller, he is definitely a bad actor. And he's not my Flash. I'm sorry. One of the directors said, nobody can play Flash better than Ezra Miller. I don't know what got through his head, but Ezra Miller, he should have been recast. That is another thing that DC failed to do with the Flash. I never liked Ezra Miller in the first place. But anyways, let's get back to the story. I would have things play out pretty much the same. In this alternate timeline, I would not just have Supergirl, I would have Superman as well. So in that timeline, I would have Superman, Supergirl, Michael Keaton Batman, and Flash and Alternate Flash together. But it would still end out the same. Superman would get killed. Kara would get killed. So things will play out the same. But here's the thing. At the end, you know, we get George Clooney Batman and all that other bullcrap. The end credit scene was totally trash. I really hated it. It was very stupid. Why would you bring back George Clooney? What is the... You have a new DC universe coming. Take out George Clooney. Change the end credit scene. You failed to do what would attract the audience the most. So everything would play out the same. We would just add Henry Cavill's Superman alongside Supergirl. Now, here's what would have attracted the audience a lot more. A lot more hints towards Reverse Flash. That's number one. Reverse Flash, Eobard Thawne. This is how I would end the movie. The last part of the movie was Barry seeing George Clooney, Bruce Wayne come towards him. What I would do is I would not have that be the last scene of the movie. I would have Barry talk to him, tell him what happened, and then we would cut to a scene of the Reverse Flash killing Barry's mother, and the camera would go to Reverse Flash's face. And then that's how I would end the movie. At least showing the killer of Barry's mother. So that's how I would end the movie. Basically, we start off with the Flash doing a mission with Batman and Henry Cavill Superman. So we get more Henry Cavill as Superman. Have him in the trailer. Then, same thing. We get into an alternate timeline. Superman and Supergirl, Michael Keaton Batman. Same fate. They fail. Go back in time. Can't fix things. Da-da-da-da. End it with George Clooney. Not with George Clooney, but him talking to George Clooney in the present. And then we cut to a scene of Reverse Flash killing his mom, showing the killer. So we have a conclusion and knowing who killed Barry's mom. So these are not too many changes, but it definitely makes the movie a lot more appealing to an audience. Sometimes it's just the little things. So about the end credit scene, this is what I would definitely change that end credit scene as well. Instead of that stupid, dumb Aquaman credit scene, I really, really hated it. Sometimes these end credit scenes have been getting, like, a lot of these latest end credit scenes have been getting very, very stupid. Not worth it at all. Guardians of the Galaxy, successful movie, but the end credit scene was not useful at all. Not useful at all. If you're going to have an end credit scene, make sure it is important. Like Infinity War end credit scene. That one was important. Civil War end credit scene. That's important. Black Panther, Thor Ragnarok, and credit scenes for that is important. So these end credit scenes have been getting very stupid. So there was a rumor that there was going to be a faceless Batman in the end credit scene. So instead of Barry concluding to George Clooney's Batman in the end credit scene, I would have Barry still going through time and coming to the present, realizing a faceless Batman. And that's how we end it. We enter the new DCU with a faceless Batman. So he would talk to George Clooney, da-da-da-da. Then we reveal the killer of Barry's mom. And after that, I would have Barry still go back in time to change whatever, come back to the present, and he's now seeing a faceless Batman. So he would have to go through time one more time. So at least this is more appealing to the audience. At least this would attract the audience. We would still get a hint at Reverse Flash. But like, even then, like, would this be something that the audience would want to see? Because I'm kind of confused, because Michael Keaton and Supergirl alone, this is the first time we've seen Supergirl in a movie. I said movie, not TV show, not cartoon, not video game, a movie. Okay, maybe in older movies, but older movies do not count. I'm talking about CGI badass movies, modern day type shit. I don't like older movies. Sorry, I love Christopher Reeves, but his movies are not of my time. Current type of Supergirl shit. So Supergirl should have attracted a lot of audiences. I don't know why this movie failed. I think this movie should have gotten a lot of money simply because it is a Flash movie. I don't like Ezra Miller. I never liked him from day one. As soon as I saw Justice League, I hated. As soon as I saw the Justice League trailer, I hated Ezra Miller as the Flash. I'm like, what? Is this really the Flash? You know what? I'm just going to force myself to like this guy because at the end of the day, I cannot change the cast. He's here to stay. I can't do anything about it. So I'm going to force myself to like him, but I just can't. Ezra Miller was one of those actors that you just forced yourself to like because he was there and you can't move him, but you just can't like him. Like, at least Tom Holland earned his place. But Tom Holland is an actual chill person. Ezra Miller is fucked up. I hated Tom Holland when I first saw him. But I'm like, you know what? Tom Holland's all right as Spider-Man. Damn, I was being too harsh on this guy. But Ezra Miller, it's a completely different story. And you know what? People defended Ezra Miller when I stated that I didn't like him. A lot of people defended this dumbass. He's a piece of shit. I hated him from the start. A lot of people liked him and then started to hate him because he was a criminal. Man, I never liked Ezra Miller. Never. But that's not the point. I think small changes to this movie would have made it a lot more appealing. Change the end credit scene. Have more hints about Reverse Flash. Reveal the Reverse Flash at the end of the movie to get fans excited. Add in a Superman. And things will go a little bit better. It's the little things that make a big difference. Little things. I only added small changes to this movie. Small changes. Throw in Reverse Flash hints. Reveal Reverse Flash. Add in Superman. Henry Cavill's Superman. And the cameos were just pointless. I didn't even mention the cameos. They were very pointless. Forget the cameos. Don't do no cameos. Like, I think they were pointless. Now, honestly, I'm gonna keep it real. The Nicolas Cage Superman cameo was my very favorite. I think that was pretty cool. Seeing him fighting that giant spider was pretty cool. But it was pointless. I feel like they're kind of abusing the term of the multiverse because Marvel's doing it. I think DC needs to chill out because this is serious. This is getting very, very serious. Extremely serious. This is not funny anymore, okay? This is not funny. The jokes, the goofiness, it's not time to be fun, Warner Bros. It's not time to be fun. Anyways, what do you think of this alternate story, modified story that I came up with that would have been a little bit better for The Flash? Because honestly, my rating for this movie was a 7 out of 10. And I did not forget the CGI as well. If they would have focused on the CGI a lot more, things would have gone a lot better. But a lot of money was into this film. It's been in production for a long time. Things run on a deadline, so they couldn't pull it off. So, unfortunately, The Flash flopped, and I was extremely wrong. I thought this movie was going to make $1 billion. I really did. I said it, I posted it, and now gotta take it back. Anyways, what do y'all think? Was this better suited? Would this been more interesting than that boring, stupid ending? Let me know.